Oh, I like that. I'll put this.
Videos have become the purest form of cancerous clip.
That's a good chat mate right there. I've ever seen one.
Instead of just showing characters dancing and emoting for 10 minutes. Why on earth would I watch one of
Am
these
I
videos
laughing?
and I have no idea what's
Because
going
it's gonna beat the chat.
A blatant lies. LEA has now become an insufferable Fortnite clickbait.
LEA?
His face and his
I
thumbnails
love
and
it.
over-the-top reactions just make me want to put my fist through the screen. Why does LEA get so much hate? LEA is clickbaiting the f*** out of his videos. He abuses it like there's no tomorrow. The epitome of trash YouTube. He's never actually given away any V-Bucks. It's been a long journey, but I guess it's coming to an end.
I'm seeing a lot of YouTube content not doing quite as well as it normally would at the beginning of the season.
During his peak month in March 2018, LEA gained a whopping 207 million views. His bass-boosted intro appeared in every Fortnite meme video across YouTube. People respected his opinion on whatever game he happened to be discussing, and his Fortnite content was at peak relevance. However, in recent times, following a fairly linear decline in popularity, LEA's viewership has dropped to around 15 million views per month. This is 90 to 95% fewer than at his peak, and while 15 million views per month is still pretty reasonable comparative to his own past performance, the last time LEA received only 15 million views in a month was July 2012, over 9 years ago. There's no doubt about it, LEA has fallen from grace. And when considering how many people grew to hate him over the course of his career, we have to ask, was LEA a misunderstood positive creator who was simply forgotten about as better, more creative content took its place? Or was his demise a case of raw karma coming back to haunt him after years of clickbaiting his audience? Well, I want you to keep in mind one specific thing while you watch this video. LEA's YouTube relevancy was heavily tied to the popularity of the game he was playing. There's no coincidence that LEA and Ninja's viewership graph look like this side by side, both of which having two very similar peak months at 200 million views each. They were playing the same game with the same audience. However, Fortnite wasn't the first game where LEA had experienced this phenomena. In fact, LEA had gained over 9 million subscribers before Fortnite had even been released. Beforehand, he had been a Call of Duty YouTuber who covered updates, game announcements, and general news dating all the way back to 2010.
Hello everyone, I'm LEA or Alistair, and this is the second nuke I get in a row.
LEA would begin to experience this same scenario where his viewership would fluctuate based on something completely out of his control, how popular Call of Duty was. It should also be noted that since LEA was covering news and announcements within the game, the only people watching were going to be the current player base. If he were making something like gameplays, even people who were no longer playing the game might have checked in occasionally to be entertained by the skill, but when covering specific updates, the only people interested are going to be the people playing the game at that current time. This whole phenomena also seemed to be the reason for why he eventually stopped making Call of Duty videos in the first place, stating, "My Fortnite videos would get more views in the first few hours than a COD video would do in a day."
I was struggling making content, the views were not very good, and at the end...
This was also observable by looking at his graphs. By 2017, as the interest in Call of Duty declined with every new release, we can see that LEA's views dropped from around 50 million in 2015 and 2016 to around 20 million in 2017. Was the quality of the content getting worse? No, there was simply less interest in the topic. So understandably, when Fortnite was released, he saw an opportunity to jump ship. LEA did so, but once again made a deal with the devil, being that his viewership would be directly tied to the popularity of Fortnite. However, LEA's game switch also created a new problem that would eventually contribute to his demise.
Yeah, there was definitely some backlash from the Call of Duty community when I decided to depart ways and go towards Fortnite. You left COD. How could you do this to us?
Upon leaving Call of Duty, LEA's reputation took a bit of a hit as much of his audience began to dislike him for departing COD for Fortnite with the goal of gaining more views. Now, the game change made sense from LEA's perspective. Only 2 months into making Fortnite content, his monthly viewer count had tripled. Unfortunately, his Call of Duty audience was slightly less rational and saw it as somewhat of a betrayal, with some Reddit comments stating, "He did exactly that. He forgot about the fans that made him as big as he is." This began what would be the early stages of a universal dislike towards LEA. And once a few people start, it doesn't seem to take long for a whole group of people to jump on the bandwagon, and suddenly that number grows purely because their friend hates him. However, there were further reasons as to why people were losing respect for LEA.
I didn't watch the video chat. You know what I said though? I'm gonna go here and chat. I'm gonna type this freaking guy. This guy is such a moron. At xQc. That's you. You in 2 days. That's you, bro. Bro, that's deadass you. Says you. Says you. Says you. Says you. Got him. No, we fucking got this guy. We fucking this guy. Holy fuck. Holy. Show food. Today we got chicken burger. Why is he yelling? I don't know. Any chicken burger. It's called a chicken chubby. Chicken chubby combo.
31 months.
Instead of the fry, I got poutine. Put it a little bit like this.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the
Shut-
fuck off the airwaves.
Shut up. You ugly, goalless, degreeless, bitchless, maidenless, and broke. Shut up! Then, we got NW root beer. That's pretty good.
After switching to Fortnite, he would cover updates, general news, and future announcements for the game, just as he had with Call of Duty. This worked extremely well, as people were constantly desperate to know about what was going to be put in the game next, often helping LEA to gain up to 8 million views by simply talking about new additions to the game.
It's update day in Fortnite and loads of things have been added. I'm gonna let you guys know everything that's new.
However, the part that started to erode his reputation and turn more of the community against him was that LEA would go all out with the clickbait. Many of the most viewed videos on LEA's channel display a complete lie of a thumbnail. New secret chests found in Fortnite, displaying a chest that wasn't in the game. The Hulk challenge in Fortnite, when the Hulk wasn't even in the game. Opening the secret bunker, what's inside, when the bunker couldn't even be opened.
Misleading title, Photoshop, misleading thumbnail. This is exactly what's wrong with YouTube, in my opinion. It's so easy to game the algorithm.
There were even posts on Reddit with around
welcome
400
me to the
upvotes
jungle,
stating,
Mr.
the one thing I
X.
can't stand with LEA is his Fortnite thumbnails and how fake they are. All he ever does is put OMG or insane in his title and puts fake ass stuff as the picture. I used to be a fan of his until he became the most clickbait guy of all time. I cannot stand him. Upon clicking on any of these videos, you will be greeted with an over-the-top, excessively happy, ingenuine persona.
Welcome everyone to another Fortnite Friday. I am so...
We've talked about this in another video, but I like to use the example of Ninja. People liked him in the beginning because he was genuine. When he was happy, he was happy. When he was annoyed, he was annoyed. When he felt toxic, he was toxic. People respected it as he was willing to show warts and all. However, LEA gave off a different vibe. He was constantly smiling, everything was exciting, always with a high-pitched, ooh, what's gonna happen next kind of aura. Now this might be a little far-fetched, but I think people can sense that humans aren't really like this and therefore dismiss this kind of personality as fake and unlikable. In relation to this, one Reddit user stated, yes, every time I open trending gaming on YouTube and see his fake OMG expression face, I want to vomit. However, there is one exception to the rule. It works with children. It's LEA, the most cancerous person on YouTube. Nobody but 13-year-olds care for his opinions. By observing his thumbnails, titles, and persona, people quickly figured out that his audience was almost exclusively kids. Now, this has contributed to his demise in a few different interesting ways. From a reputation standpoint, people seem to have a natural dislike towards creators who simply appeal to a younger audience. Perhaps it's because there's an underlying vibe that young audiences are the low-hanging fruit of YouTube and will simply watch anything, or maybe there's a touch of jealousy and resentment for the fact that most creators with a young audience simply get insane view counts owing to the massive pool of kids on YouTube. Additionally, viewers who are older seem to distance themselves from creators who have a young audience because they don't want to admit that they enjoy content that's pandered towards children. Now, these are some reasons for why having a young audience damages a creator's reputation.
You're saying you, but you're here. So no, what is it? Like what?
But the other problem is that, with enough time, children eventually get older and become teenagers and adults. We saw a similar phenomena when examining the downfall of Stampy. The whole video was summed up with a comment being that Stampy didn't have a downfall, we all just grew up. Fortnite is pushing 4 years old now, meaning that the 13-year-olds that might have been enjoying LEA's clickbaity content towards the beginning of the game are now pushing 16 or 17 years old, and have more than likely moved on to more mature creators. In 10 years' time, the 11-year-olds who were the early fans of LEA will be 21 years old, and unless the content changes, they will no longer be interested in the videos being produced. As one Reddit comment stated well, there's no chance you watch LEA videos if you're 16 or older. But what made it worse was that LEA also seemed to be scamming his young audience to some extent. In a video titled "Fortnite sent me a secret package, what's inside?", LEA would unbox a bunch of different Fortnite merchandise items while pinning a comment stating, "Let me know which prize you'd like to win," leading to 300,000 comments on a 6 million view video. Additionally, LEA would state,
Finally made sure you is subscribe to a channel so I can get in touch with all the winners once they've been decided.
Which was once again a blatant lie, as YouTube isn't a social media like Twitter where you can just get in touch with a subscriber. Penguin Zero or Critical was the first person to cover this topic in a video titled Allier, Master of Clickbait and Scams, which spread the negative reputation of Allier even further.
And in a nutshell, Allier is what it looks like when you sell your soul to make money. He's YouTube's premier clickbaiter for children. He'll play whatever games just really...
Following this, other commentary channels jumped in on the trend, spreading the hate exponentially.
His YouTube name is Ali A, and he makes some of the most shallow and money-grubbing gaming content on YouTube.
Eventually, if you picked a random player out of the population and asked them what they thought of Allier, it was the same response every time. I hate his videos.
Now, if you bring up Allier in a conversation, a lot of people don't like him.
I mean, come on. On most YouTubers' first video, there'll always be a comment stating 00, a legend was born. But on Allier's first video, the top comment is 00, a meme was born. Allier's reputation could be summed up into 3 words. He wasn't respected. However, another thing that Allier had to come to terms with...
People forget them. People that swapped from COD to other games, barely anybody made it. Okay, I still think that anybody who swapped out of that fucking shithole who did decent, or like they did pretty good. I think he did pretty good for at least as long as he did.
Ultimately adding to his demise was the lack of rewatchability on his channel. Many channels can stay afloat for months or even years after an initial blow-up period simply because the content is timeless. In the Fortnite space, C-Day is a good example of this. Many of his videos from 1 to 2 years ago are still hilarious and easily watchable despite the fact that the game has changed substantially.
This is me. I swapped out of fucking Overwatch. It's just impossible. Only the game, only he fell off hard.
Because the gameplay and editing underpins the quality of the video. He still gains over 100,000 views per day despite the fact that he hasn't uploaded in a year and a half. But with Allier's content, a video about an update or a new skin that came out 2 years ago is completely useless in today's environment. Allier's style requires him to churn out constant videos on novel parts of the game, but
I'm not kidding. I don't think I'm starting to do this daily. In the morning, if I don't want to do long stream, I'm just gonna reset the stream on purpose. Reset the VOD. And just fully restart them. Start the lowest possible. And all the fucking complaint Randys, just promote them. It's like a stream cleanse. Like a full
the issue with
cleanse.
this is that most of the videos are totally irrelevant after about a month. With a creator like
Actually,
Noah, who comments on almost every video along the lines of Noah's Noah is the only reason I'm still watching Fortnite, and that's because his content continues to appeal to people who no longer play the game. Similar to C-Day, the content is underpinned by comedy, unique editing, and specifically entertainment, as opposed to Allier's informative videos which appeal to only the current player base. All of this also assumes that there's even a demand to know about the new updates from the current player base, which is a problem that Allier has also had to deal with. The hype around a new update in recent times isn't even closely comparable to the hype for a new update back in 2018. When the game was first released, everyone was constantly on the edge of their seat wondering what the next new game-changing item was going to be. People were so desperate to know that the clickbait worked perfectly. New Season 5 map changes gained almost 5 million views because people actually wanted to know about what the new map was going to look like. However, a video from only 4 months ago teasing the new Battle Royale map gained Allier less than 400,000 views because people simply couldn't care less about the map. They're going to be playing regardless.
Bro, honestly, dude, if you compare the numbers of Fortnite that they do now, if you compare that in ratios with how many people actually play Fortnite these days, I think that the 5 mil towards 3 million, it's not even that bad.
They're going to be playing regardless. Additionally, there was also loads of hype around new cosmetics and skins in the game. A title such as unlocking free legendary skins lured the kids in without any problem whatsoever, as people were desperate to know about what the next cool skin might be. But recently, a title such as Epic gave me the new Zero Batman skin early simply doesn't create the same hype because, whatever, it's just another skin. We've seen it all before, so people simply don't watch the videos. But to the credit of Allier, the decline in his viewership seems to be a primary result of Fortnite's declining player base. If we compare his graph to say Muzelk and Lachlan, we can see that they all follow a very similar pattern despite the fact that they all still make very good quality videos. And to take it one step further, if we compare these to the Google trend graph for Fortnite, you can see that there's almost a perfect correlation. However, it also without a doubt has a lot to do with his fairly tarnished reputation owed to the years of clickbait. Allier has another Call of Duty channel called Allier Plays, which so far has seen far less success than his Fortnite channel. This might be because there's not a huge audience for COD content on YouTube anymore, but I also have a sneaking suspicion that the game's older audience refuses to watch Allier, as he's already established himself as a cringy kids Fortnite clickbait YouTuber, which an older audience might distance themselves from for reasons mentioned earlier. But to refute this claim once again, Allier has a third channel with 7 million subscribers called More Allier, on which he posts reactions to random non-Fortnite videos. Hilariously, this channel now gains about double as many views as the Allier main channel at around 30 million per month. So perhaps it's unreasonable to say that Allier has become irrelevant. Maybe his viewership has simply switched to a different type of content. Perhaps Allier will simply pivot once again when the next big game comes out, as he did initially with Call of Duty. However, this time around, his reputation is significantly worse off, and such a switch might not be so seamless.
People are mad about clickbait. Yeah. Get mad at YouTube. Get mad at algorithms. Get mad at the corporate. Don't get mad at the fucking people who post the videos. Clickbait is the only way to do it. There's no other way to do it than clickbait. There's no